Hi, you must be wondering, what are we doing walking in circles in Bangkok? Stay tuned. Hi, how are you today? I hope you're doing good. Well, I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. I just attended the 17th Nataraja Awards, and my goodness, it was such a memorable, fantastic evening. I will tell you more about that later on. But first, I am getting ready to pitch two stories. So I'm very excited because we have been working on these two series and stories for a while now. As you know, making a TV show is a long game, and sometimes it takes 3 to 5 years to put everything together. It's just something I love to do, turning a log line into a full-fledged 8 episodic TV show for the small and big screen. I think it's the adrenaline, but more than that, it's about the satisfaction in putting people together, great people together, the writing of it, the development of it, the casting, art direction, all that. I just love it. It can take a toll. Last year, I was completely burnt out. I'm back at it. Also, being nominated at the Nataraja Awards, which is a very prestigious industry awards in Thailand, just fueled me even more. We did not win any awards, even though we were nominated 9 times in 8 categories. We were up against Netflix Mad Unicorn. The budgets were like, 3 to 4 times more than Decalcomania. And one of our actors from Decalcomania, Piek Taneth, won for Best Supporting Actor in Mad Unicorn as well. So really, really happy to see him on stage getting the award, and his speech was the best in the evening. He was asking and appealing for more funding. Everyone stood up and cheered. It was just great. So I have just put on a layer of my favorite primer, which is the Benefit Professional, the eyeshadow primer from Urban Decay. This is the color Eden. It was so good to see the cast. There was Mukda, Cam, Pichai. Everyone was dressed to the nines. I just want to say thank you to Saksit from Tube Gallery. He, very last second, at the 11th hour, he brought 5 outfits for me, and I tried them all. I could not fit into those wonderful dresses from Saksit and Tube Gallery, so I ended up wearing the Thomas Wee dress and gown, the black gown. But honestly, those dresses from Tube Gallery was so gorgeous. I just could not fit in them. Thai women are just so slim. I completely forgot to bring my concealer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna dab the color corrector. Oh yeah, it's working, can you see? Look at this. It's not so red anymore. If you can see the light changing, it's because it's coming up to noon. The weather is getting pretty hot. I'm just very glad that I'm done with my menopause. Yes, I was suffering from Peri Menopause for a long time, at least 6 years. And at a time when it hit me, I wasn't sure what it was. I had depression. I had hot flushes. I was like soaking wet all the time. I was wondering what was happening to my body. I was putting on weight. But the one thing that was really disconcerting was my mood and the depression. That was real. I was one of those few very unlucky women who had a strong case of depression, and I went to see my gynae. He prescribed me medication, HRT, but unfortunately, I was allergic to it. I was having heart palpitations on set. It was terrible. I was getting paranoia attacks. So my gynae told me to stop taking medication altogether. And mentally, I would tell myself, this is not real. My depression is not real. This is just my body reacting to something that happens to every woman. Nothing I can do about it except to exercise, to do things that will make me happy, watch movies, travel, read. And some of us went through it for 5 years. I went through it for about 5 to 6 years. I'm just very glad to have the support of everyone around me, especially my husband and my friends. I've always been obsessed with skincare, but it was during that time when my sister-in-law Daria introduced me to makeup. She was like, why aren't you using more eyeshadow or blusher? And I was like, because I'm busy and I don't know how to really use them, and I don't want to look like a clown. Because you see, I have so much space. Look at the real estate between my eyebrows and my eyeballs. I don't know what to do with this real estate, right? So I was a little intimidated. And she was like, no, why don't you see your face like a canvas because you're an artist? And I was like, oh yeah, I did not think of that. So I brought out my brushes and I bought myself some palettes. And that was how I got into makeup and makeup tutorials. And so today I am so much more confident, and I can even give you tips. But all those tips, like I said, I learned from the masters. So how's my face doing? I think I am pretty happy with this canvas. At the Nataraja Awards, my makeup was done by this wonderful gentleman called Golf. Thank you, Golf, for making me look so pretty and beautiful and so glam for the event. He asked me, what do you want to do with your lashes? And I was like, give me those falsies. I want those falsies. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Look at my lashes. Can you see them? No, you cannot see them because they are non-existent. I have hardly any lashes. So like 10 years ago, so my friend and I, we decided to get lash extensions, right? So we went to one. When I opened my eyes, I could see like lines in front of my face, like bars, black bars. For some reason, my eyelids push my lashes, my fake lashes down. So then it was covering my vision. So guess what? I was walking around doing this because I was trying to see people and I was trying to talk to people. So I was doing this like, hey, yeah, what's up? Yeah. That presentation, is it ready? It was crazy. Talking down to people. Everyone in the office was laughing their heads off. I went back to the lash therapist and I said, girl, can you please remove my lashes? And she's like, girl, no, I cannot because I put super glue on them. And she was like, you cannot remove those lashes until 5 days later. So, oh my goodness, for 5 days in the office, I was walking around like this snuffleupagus lashes, but could not see shit. And it was so annoying. I had such a huge headache. So never again, right? You think I would learn my lesson? No. So I've got another friend. She was like, come to Bangkok. Come to Bangkok because the Bangkok lash stylists or lash therapists are different. They're better. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I told the therapist the same story. I was like, okay, be careful, okay? Because I have these very thick lids and, they go crazy and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, don't worry, I'm professional. I was like, okay, good. And when I opened my eyes, I was like, oh no, not again. Again, the lashes were pushed down and I couldn't see shit because I was talking to people like this. Yeah, can I please have a pad thai? I'm very content with my non-existent lashes. I'm not gonna mess with them anymore. So the next time you see me with like falsies, you know why. It's because I can remove them at the end of the night. I'm going to use this palette, the Glam palette. This is one of my very first Natasha Denona palettes. It's very natural. It's all nude based. This is an everyday palette you can use for work, when you go out shopping, or a glam night out. It's super, super versatile. If you only want to buy one palette, I would suggest and recommend this palette, the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm going to use the color blend for my outer corners. For my center eyelids, I'm going for this one here. Next, I'm going to use this tiny brush and do my inner corners. This color for my inner corners. And don't worry if the colors are all messy right now, because we are going to blend it all together later on when everything is done. And finally, for a bit of a smoky look, I will go with the color Smoke. Give it some definition. I'm very excited about my pitch later on. With pitches, it's all very subjective. At the end of the day, it's just 2 or 3 people in a room listening to your pitch. If one does not like it, sometimes it can influence the rest. Just keep going, just keep pitching. And now we blend all the colors together. Then sometimes to clean it up, because it can get really messy, I will use whatever that's left on my concealer brush, and I will just do a sweeping motion like this to clean up. And now we tight line. On to blusher. I don't believe I've used this with you guys. So this is a Viserat. I just love these colors. Cool tones and the warm tones. I am going to go with a cool tone color today. Then the next thing I like to do is I'll pinch this brush like this and have some product and blusher across my nose to mimic this natural flush look. You know, one of the things that made me really happy was when they announced the winners for Best Drama Series. 2 female producers went on stage to receive the prize, and I was like, yes, women producers. And that was really good motivation for me, because yeah, of course, as a producer, I want to win Best Drama Series or Best Film one day. So that was really good motivation, you know, for me to do better, and hopefully one day, who knows. And now we contour. And whatever product that's left on my concealer brush, I am going to just do dabbing motions and get rid of any harsh lines. This is the translucent loose setting powder from Laura Mercier. I have this really handy travel version, love it so much. So just a dab, just a little bit, because you don't want it too cakey. If you put too much powder, it can get too dry and cakey. And since I'm in Thailand, I have to use a Thai brand. And this is a brand called Mistin. A friend gifted this to me from Thailand. This is number J05. I don't know if they still sell this, but I really like it. I love the color. Makeup is done. How do we like this? There you have it. This is what I'm wearing for my pitch later on. How do we like it? Well, thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to my channel. Until the next one, take care, drink lots of water because the weather is crazy hot. Bye. So this is apparently like a fortune fountain. You're supposed to walk around it at least 3 times, best 9 times. And it is supposed to bring you great fortune. So I am walking this fortune fountain for sure.